Hey, so glad to hear you guys have been studying stories of survivors and rescuers and basically love stories, because love's at the root. It's that root of love that gives us a spark of hope, and that root of love that gives us courage or gives us strength to push through. I've been getting more and more wrapped up in these kind of love stories. In fact, recently, I've been for more than 20 years been studying stories of people being rescued and people surviving in really, it always just grabs you. A survival story always just grabs you. And recently I recognized in the story of Maria and Philibert, the lady who survived the Rwandan genocide against the Tootsie, and the story of getting free from her anger and bitterness towards the guy who killed her husband and sons, and even reconciliation. I've come to call her a rescuer because, it's super inspiring to hear somebody risk their life for an innocent person. Yet in the story of Maria, she's giving years and years of incredible strength and courage and sacrifice as she rescues a guilty person. It wasn't long after the genocide that I realized, finding the good is definitely one of the best ways I have to cope with the PTSD, with the hopelessness, the horror, the overwhelming, like, why? How in the world can we treat each other like this? And I'm like, okay, just got to find the good, find the good in not trying to make a bad situation good, no, but finding the good. Actually, the real strength and growth doesn't come from something like the genocide. It comes from the struggle after the genocide. What we do next is so often what, really defines us. And I have been, for the last year and a half, I've been on an incredible journey, a test drive. I just decided I'd test drive the idea that inside of me, I have a love core. I have a core of love. I am not, I don't have a defective core. I have a love core. I think I grew up thinking I had kind of a defective core, and you try to improve your character and make yourself better and things like that. Or as a Christian, you ask God to help you become better and things. But I just started test driving this idea that what if I've already got this love core inside of me? What if when I was in my mother's womb, or even before, this love core was growing, and not just in me, but in everybody, no matter what a person has done. What I found over the last year and a half is I talk to myself differently. I'm kinder, more patient. I don't suffer with shame anymore. It's not like I haven't done stuff wrong. Yeah, I've done stuff wrong, harmful to myself or to others and things like that. That is life. But those mistakes or those intentional choices that were harmful don't have to destroy us. They can be like a doorway to growth, a doorway to healing, a doorway to actually building a relationship with somebody. And of course, one of the most important relationships is our relationship with ourselves. And so in this journey, recognizing that when I mess up, I'm not a piece of trash, in my core, and that's why I messed up. No, I've got some messed up neural pathways, messed up ways of thinking, but I'm rewiring my brain. And having this love core is oh man, the difference between night and day in terms of rewiring my brain, in terms of believing that, well, number one, that I'm enough, that everybody is enough, and not like we're enough forever. No, we're enough for today, for the moment, and we grow. And so realizing that we're enough doesn't mean that we're not growing or we've already achieved. No. Realizing that we're enough is kind of like a plant that's growing, and at every stage, it's enough in its growth, and then one day fruit comes, well, it didn't have fruit earlier on, but it was enough then. So this idea of being enough is really incredibly liberating. But something that I realized, or that I heard this morning from this woman I really love, I learned so much from her, Barbara Brown Taylor. She said that every living being has a patient, loving parent longing for their child to know that they are already enough. Boy, I'm not sure that I have a direct quote on that one, but this idea, and actually the same parent, I mean, if we believe, we are one human family, and the parent is love, for some of us, like me, a Christian, that, my framework for love is God. But if the parent is love, and every single human being has the same loving, patient parent whose kind of heart aches for their child to know you're enough. You're enough. Yeah, that's sort of some of my journey right now. Anyway, good luck on your studies. I'll, excuse me. I hope we actually cross paths in person one day. Take care.